Marty's here.
Hi.
Good evening, Marty. How are you this evening?
Good evening.
So did you get to stay home today
Yeah.
because of the ice?
Yeah.
My daughter Lydia did not have to go to her work either. They canceled.
Okay.
YMCA closed for the afternoon.
Yeah, this is the homeboard, the page 77.
We're on page 132. Oh, on the workbook. Okay. You have
77.
a question about something in those, in that exercise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the homeboard is the page 77. Yeah, the order 132. Oh, no.
Were you able to do the assignments C and D, Marty? So you finished all the way to the end of page 77?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just finished.
Good. What was your sentence in C, in section C? It says, when does Jack take a computer class? So did you find the answer for when does Jack take a computer class?
Okay.
Hello, Miss Caroline.
Hello, Amalia. How are you?
I'm
Marty
fine.
and I were just talking. He said that he had finished through page 77. And so we were just going to kind of take a quick look at the prepositions that you were supposed to use on the blanks on page 77. Number 2, this is in the workbook.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, when does Jack take a computer class? So what goes on that little blank, Marty? That's lesson C at the top of the page. Number 2. What did you put in there?
And number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah. Okay. When does Jack take a computer class on Tuesday?
Very good. On Tuesday. Amalia, do you have your notebook out, your workbook?
Yeah, let me look for the page. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Okay, number 3 on page 77. When does Paul watch TV?
From 8 to 10?
Okay, from 8 to 10.
Oh, when those power watch TV.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
right. From
Okay.
8.
Uh-huh.
That's
From
good.
8 to 12. To
Okay.
10, sorry.
Good evening, Miss Mary. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing well, doing well. We stayed in today because of the ice.
Did you
We're
have
not
a
very
lot?
brave about driving in the ice.
Did you have a lot of ice at your place?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
We
The
didn't.
first thing Lydia did was slide down the ramp at the front of the house. She said, "Mother, don't come out here. You'll break something."
We didn't have a lot of ice. There was some on the trees and some on the power lines, but it didn't get too bad in town. Seems like.
Well, living out here on the ridge, we always get more snow, more ice. We get it earlier usually.
Mm-hmm.
And but we had some salt to put on the ramp to help make it safer to go in and out the front door. I have a load of wood on my porch, and so I don't have to go down I don't have to get out in the weather to get the wood in to put it in the fireplace. So we've been having a fireplace going. Marty, look at number 4. When does your English class start?
Okay.
And what preposition did you use in that sentence? It's on page 77 in the
Okay.
work.
When does your English classes and to 7 o'clock?
It should be at at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
That's good. Amalia, take number
80.
5.
When do you day get up at 10 on Saturdays?
Good. Okay, this next one, D, actually, we're going to be looking at a chart very much like this one. Were you all able to fill out your sentences? Because that will be part of our exercise on starting at tonight on page 132. But I wanted to see if you went ahead and did these sentences. Is Samantha free on Sundays at 4? No, she works on Sundays from 12 to 5. So number 2, Amalia, would you take number 2?
Okay. Is she free on Wednesday at 8? No, she have English class.
From
Yeah, she's
7
from 7 to 9.
Yes. Okay, Marty, take number 3. Is she free on Thursdays at 6 o'clock?
Okay, number 3. Okay. Is she free on Tuesday at 6 o'clock? She plays soccer on the Tuesday from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Right, good. Amalia, do number 4, please.
Is she free on Fridays at 5? No, she's babysitting 3 to 6.
Good. Is she free on Saturdays at 2? No, she has a computer class from 1 to 3. So let's go to our regular textbook. And we're going to talk about a similar scheduling kind of situation in our textbook. We're on lesson 4, page 132. And across the top of the page, it has the names of the days of the week. Marty, can you read in that purple box? Go across the top and read the names of the days of the week, please. See where it says December? It says, look at the calendar, say the days of the week.
Yeah. Is it the pulpo or the pulpo?
In the purple, yes.
Okay. Okay. December, until Sunday, Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Very good. Notice that you always start the day of the week with a capital letter. You end that abbreviation for days of the week with a period. And then in the next yellow box, it says for Monday to Friday. You see how it put the little hyphen in there? It has Monday, M-O-N, period, then a hyphen, F-R-I, period. Here's how we read that. We say Monday to Friday. Or we can say from Monday to Friday. For Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You don't say Monday through Friday because they're only working 3 days. So you have to say each day they're working. You have to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. For 11 o'clock, hyphen, the little line, to 5 o'clock, we say 11 to 5 or from 11 to 5. That's how you would read that if you come upon it just looking at a schedule, or if someone has told you that they work Monday to Friday, or they work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you know how to write it, but you also know how to say it. That's what that little box is helping you to understand. So I just read these 2 boxes right here to explain what we're going to be talking about. Student A, look at the work schedule on the left. Student B, look at the schedule on the right. Don't look at your partner's schedule. Ask and answer questions. Complete the information. So you've got some things that are not written in your book that you need to write. So Amalia, you be student A. Marty, you be student B. So Amalia, I need for you to read one line of your schedule so that Marty can fill in his schedule. Now they did one line for you, so you need to go down to where it says Maya Kabir and read what your book has. No, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You need to do Pedro Molina. Read what they have typed there about his schedule so that Marty can fill in his line with the correct answer.
Okay. Okay. Pedro Molina, Monday to Friday, 2:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m.
2:30.
Okay.
2:30 p.m.
Okay.
So you need to write on your line,
Okay.
Marty, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, the Carla, Mayra, Caribel, the Tuesday, to Saturday at 7 o'clock. I am at 4 o'clock.
To 4 o'clock. Okay. So Amalia, did you hear what he said? And were you able to write down what he said?
He say Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 7 7 a.m.
Yes,
to 4 p.m.
yes. Okay, Malia, you need to read Danny Wu so that Marty can write down on his work
Okay.
schedule what Danny's work schedule is.
Okay, Danny Wu, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Okay. And so Marty, you need to read Bruno Duval so that Amalia can write that in on her list. The bottom one where it says Bruno Duval, Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
You see that, Marty?
Yep.
Okay.
You want the read or the write
Yeah,
it?
I want you to read it so she can write it down on hers.
Okay. Just Bruno Rivales. It's a Wednesday, a Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. at 10 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you think possibly that Bruno only gets Wednesday through Sunday?
Wednesday.
Why do you think that's his schedule? It's a late afternoon schedule
Yes.
and it's only for 7 hours each day.
The-
So
yeah.
since he's working over the weekend, what might be his situation? Maybe he works another job that starts
I
early
think
in the day and he's trying to get a second job to bring in a little more money. What
I
else
think
might he be doing?
I
Like Monday and Tuesday and the early part of the day, Wednesday through Friday.
I think this is for a lot of extra monies.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's to get more money.
it's a little part-time.
I didn't catch that part. I was thinking maybe he might be a student and he has a lot of classes on Mondays and Tuesdays and maybe morning classes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See, he could work afternoons Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if he was a student. Usually you don't have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. So I thought perhaps he was a student, or maybe he works a job like Amalia where she gets up very early in the morning. Oh, look, here's Raina.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Amalia.
Good evening. ¿Cómo está?
Bien, gracias. ¿Ustedes?
Bien, extrañándole.
No, es que no pude. Tuve que ir a trabajar y no pude.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're on page 132. We're in unit 7. And we're talking about work schedules.
Unit 7.
132?
132.
Yes, ma'am, page 132.
Okay.
And we're looking at these work schedules at the bottom of that page. And we're trying to figure out maybe why they are working the schedule they're working, why they would choose to work, say, only late afternoons, or why they want to work over a weekend. Maya Kabir, she works Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Why might she want to work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays? Why would she split up her shift that way?
Mm.
What if she has young children, but her husband works Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays? So in order to have someone to look after the young children, they work opposite days. So she took a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday when he would be at home to look after the children. That way they didn't have to pay a babysitter. What about that? Did you think of that? Maybe that's why they want a schedule like that.
Sí.
Look at Ming Chu. She works Tuesdays through Saturdays.
Min
So what days does she have off?
Chu.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Saturday. Yeah. Today.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
No, Ming Chu is working Tuesday through Saturday, which means she's working Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Monday,
She's
This is
5
Danny
days in a
Boo.
row. But
This
what
today.
she has off?
yeah, it's
What
Monday,
days she has off?
Sunday. Monday and
Yes,
Sunday.
Sunday and Monday.
Oh, yeah, yes.
My husband, when he was living, worked driving truck.
Yeah,
And
Monday.
even though the company would say you have the weekend off,
Yeah.
really, he would be
Yes.
driving in on Saturday. We really couldn't plan anything on Saturday.
It's a really
So
hard.
Lydia and I did school together Tuesday through Saturday, so that when he was off on Sunday and Monday, because he usually
Monday.
didn't get out until after evening on Mondays, that way we would have 2 days with him.
Mhm.
So sometimes family schedules, they want something that's more flexible. We were talking right about the Duval, Bruno Duval. He's working late afternoon into the evening at the end of the week, but early in the week, he is off. We were thinking maybe he was a student,
One Sunday.
he
He
would have time to do his classes at college during the early part of the day, and then he would work in the evening from 3 o'clock in the evening till 10 p.m. to get some money to help pay his living expenses. So we were just looking at these different schedules and sort of talking about maybe what their family situation was or what they were trying to accomplish. Look at Pedro Molina's schedule. He works every afternoon into the evening, Monday through Friday.
Monday to Friday.
que me deje mensaje y corta estoy Pedro Molina work at the week he is off in the weekends.
Yes, he's off on the weekend.
It looks like he's the only one that works on Monday.
That's right.
Mhm.
And he only works a late afternoon. Maybe that day, those days, they have a big rush at the supper meal. Maybe he works where people can get off in the afternoon to come by the computer store to take care of business. So they have to have somebody to cover that evening, those evening people who can come by after they get through work to make their purchases. So he's working a late afternoon into the evening. Okay, so everybody, the one schedule doesn't help everyone. And we just saw a variety there of schedules. Some of them only get a few hours each day, and some of them work 7 or 8 hours, but they may be working another job. Okay, let's turn the page and let's talk about weekend activities. Raina?
Yes.
On page 134, if you will start at the top of the page, it says listening and speaking. So it asks you to read some information before we start talking about what's going on for the weekend.
Okay.
So would you read that part A, please?
Okay. Dice, in the US and Canada, many people work from Monday to Friday. They are free on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, class, are you free on the weekend? I know that Amalia works Saturdays and I know that Marty works half a day on Saturdays. Do you work, Raina? Are you free on the weekends?
Yeah, I work on the weekends. Right now, is working in the weekends and Sunday, or maybe sometimes Thursday.
I see.
Yeah.
So do you have one at home that watches the children on the weekend? Are you trading days with somebody to watch the children? Is that one of the reasons that your schedule is like that?
No, because my children is
Enough?
they are more big.
Yes.
One my son or my oldest son has 14 years and another 12 years.
Okay. So you work weekends, but then you sometimes have to work Thursdays also occasionally. They need you to fill in for somebody.
Sometimes two work in the Monday too.
Oh, sometimes you work Mondays too.
Yes.
Okay. So we have talked a little bit about in the early part of this unit about what we do when we have free time. So do your children play ball, or do they do things during the week that you need to be free to go to their activities, Raina?
I'm clean. And clean. I spend time with my family and shop
Okay.
for food.
That's what you use your spare time for?
Sorry?
Laundry's always been hard for me when I had to work and had a family. A lot of times when I didn't have to go into work, I would spend my time getting the laundry done too. Marty, what do you use your spare time for?
On the weekend or
Yeah, on the weekend or after work. Do you have to sometimes get an oil change for one of the vehicles? For the car or truck?
On the Saturday, I think I come in the work in the house.
Yes.
collect the, they're gonna, the, cut the yard, I put, watches, the garage,
Okay, clean out the garage.
mhm. Other, I think I want the buyer, the story, the Home Depot. Yeah,
Yes.
because I want
Do
the,
some repairs. Do some
Mhm.
repairs at home.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So look at the picture down here in the corner. We have a lady with glasses on and a gentleman with kind of a red or reddish brown looking shirt. And if you look above their heads, it shows kind of maybe what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
It says, so guess what day it is?
Yes.
What day do you think these two people are having a conversation about? If you look at the pictures, it's meant to be a hint. What are they thinking about?
I
He said Saturday, Sunday. Oh,
Okay,
no,
they're thinking about Saturday
I-
and Sunday. So what day do you think it is? Because they're coming from work.
The weekends.
They're thinking about the weekend. So what day is it? What the
the
question
day
said.
I think that the Sunday,
is Sunday. Sunday.
Okay. But what day are they talking to each other at work?
Probably Friday.
Yes.
Friday. There you
yes,
go.
yes,
Good,
yes, yes.
Amalia. They're asking you to guess what day they're talking about what they're going to do for the weekend. So
Right.
the lady has in her mind a picture, and in that picture, what does it look like they're doing?
Picnic.
It looks like a picnic outside, and it looks like more than just one family, doesn't it? Looks like there's several families. And the fellow, what is he thinking about? What does it look like
Maybe
he?
for soccer.
Okay, yeah, you start to say football, and they do call it that in lots of countries besides the United
Yes,
States. Football here is not a round ball, it's
yeah,
one that
it's
has,
good. Yes.
yes, it looks like they're playing soccer. And maybe the boy in the light blue shirt, maybe that's his son, do you think? Maybe he's going to practice with them over the weekend in the yard?
For the yard on the park, you know.
Okay, Miss Mary, I need to look and see. I think we have a conversation we're supposed to do. I can't remember. I think it was page 134. We had something that. Yes,
May you and Ernesto.
yes. It doesn't matter to me which character you choose.
Okay,
Just
that's exercise B, correct?
Yes,
Okay. I'll be May you.
okay.
Gee, I'm so glad it's Friday.
Me too. What do you usually do on the weekend?
Well, I always clean the house on Saturdays, and I always spend time with my family on Sundays. What about you?
I usually shop for food on Saturdays, and I sometimes go to the park on Sundays. So, what do you need to do with that information? May you says on Saturday, and then you need to put on the line what she said she does. What did May you say she does on Saturday?
And Saturdays, she clean the house.
Clean the house. And on Sunday?
She spend time with her family.
Okay.
Hey,
And for Ernesto, Marty, on Saturday, what does he do on Saturday?
It's Saturday. Yeah,
What do
and Saturday, um, it's, do you want to cut the yard?
No, he's supposed to shop for food.
No, shop, I go into the shop in the food.
Yes, shop for food.
Saturday afternoon.
SHOP, shop for food.
Okay, shop.
And then what does he do on Sunday?
And Sundays, I go, the church.
Well, he said he went to the park. Remember, he was probably going to practice soccer with his son. So he was going to go to the park to do
Okay,
that.
in the mornings, I go, the park. In the afternoon, I want to go, the church.
Mari, él está abriendo el libro. De-
Es de la
Okay.
conversación que está en
Now,
la
Miss
página
Mary and I are going to
135.
finish the conversation. Miss
Okay,
Mary and I are going to read a conversation between Mayu and Ernesto. And you're going to have to answer this question down here in C. It says, listen to the whole conversation. In Ernesto's house, what do they call Sunday? So you have to listen to what we're reading so you can answer that question. Okay, Miss Mary, we need to do the exercise C now for 134.
gee, I am so glad it's Friday.
Me too. What do you usually do on the weekend?
Well, I always clean the house on Saturdays, and I always spend time with my family on Sundays. What about you?
I usually shop for food on Saturdays, and I sometimes go to the park on Sundays.
I love the weekend.
Yeah, especially Sunday.
Right. Saturday is for cleaning and shopping, and Sunday is for fun.
Exactly. In our house, we call Sunday Fun Day. Now, what do they call Sunday at Ernesto's house? Do they
Monday,
call it work day, play day, or fun day?
Monday.
And
Fun day. Very good. Okay, now it's your turn to practice the conversation. Raina, why don't you be May you? And Amalia, why don't you be Ernesto?
okay. I'm so glad it's Friday.
Me too. What do you usually do on the weekend?
Well, I always clean the house on Saturdays, and I always spend time with my family on Sunday. What about you?
Usually shop for food on Saturdays, and sometimes go to the park on Sundays.
Okay, Marty, I want you to be student B, which means you're going to have to listen to what Amalia says. Amalia, I'm going to make you the May you this time, the A.
Okay.
And so if you, now remember, you're going to have colored boxes in this discussion. So remember, if it has a green box, you pick from the green boxes. If it's a pink box, you'll pick from the pink boxes. Okay,
Okay.
Marty.
Okay.
Listen carefully now and know when you're supposed to come in. You're going to be,
Okay. At the Greece, I'm so glad in Friday.
He is A or B.
that's all right.
A.
You go ahead and do B. He took A, that's fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Me too. What do you usually do you on the weekend?
Yeah. Well, we are already cooking on Saturday. Saturday, I'm always rest ready. Oh, mm.
You have to pick a green one, another green
Yeah,
one.
they put the green.
You have two green ones in your sentence. You have,
Mhm.
I always cook on Saturdays, is what you said now. And I always do what on Sundays? So,
Um,
do you read the newspaper on
gray,
Sunday?
gray pepper.
Ride your bike?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He said, I always ride my bike on Sundays. What about you?
Uh,
Okay, Amalia.
I
what?
just do the laundry on Saturdays and sometimes go to swimming on Sundays.
Okay, good. Raina,
Yes.
why don't you and Amalia do it? And Amalia just was B, so I'm going to make her A. I'm going to let you be B so you can practice. And you'll need to choose from the pink boxes. And Amalia's going to pick from the green boxes.
Okay.
G,
Este teléfono se me cortó.
I'm so glad it's Friday.
Me too. What do you do? What do you usually do in the weekend?
Well, I always uh, do my homework on Saturdays and always um, play basketball on Sundays. What about you?
I usually do the laundry on Saturdays, and I sometimes um, play video games on Sundays.
Okay, you play the video games on Sundays? Do you win at video games when you play with your children, or do they beat you?
No, I only sit together for watching only because I don't know play.
What buttons to push?
Yes.
I have that problem as well. Okay, let's look at the grammar for these lessons on lesson 6, page 136. And Amalia, why don't you read the adverbs of frequency? That means how often we do things. I usually, always, sometimes, never. So
Okay.
read those sentences there for the grammar.
Okay. I always clean on Saturday. You usually clean on Saturdays. They sometimes clean on Saturdays. He never cleans on Saturdays. She never cleans on Saturdays.
Okay. Now over on the grammar watch, over here in this yellow box, it says always 100%. That means that you do it every Saturday. You never skip. Usually means almost every Saturday. Something might come up that would keep you from doing it. Sometimes means sometimes I do and sometimes I don't clean on Saturdays. Never means Saturdays is just not my day for cleaning. Okay. So do you understand what they're saying? Adverbs of frequency go before all verbs except the verb to be, which would be am, is, are, were, been, be, and was. Those are the verbs of to be. So you can use always, usually, sometimes, never. You can use those anytime you have an action verb. He always jumps on his pogo stick, but you can't use it with I am here. I am not always here, but you're not supposed to use always with the verb am, is, are, were. You understand what they're saying? You use them before the verb, and that's where they go instead of after. In Spanish, your adverbs, do they come before your verbs or after?
Is before.
Yeah, okay. Okay, they just want you to understand where to place those words in relationship to the verb is what they're wanting you to understand. Okay, Raina, would you read in the practice? Marcos is a student at Greenville.
Okay. Marcos is a student at Greenville Adult School. Look at his schedule. Complete the email with always, usually, sometimes, or never, and the correct form of the verb.
Okay. So we have an email down here that they want us to write. They've started it for us. We just have to fill in some words. So Amalia, would you like to start? It looks like Marty has left us. Maybe he had something else this evening.
Okay. Okay, is Anita?
Hi, Christina.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Christina. How are you? I'm fine. My new job is great. I usually work in the afternoon, but um,
Okay, look at her schedule and see where her work is and see if there are some times when she works morning. So morning would be 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, right? The only thing she does at 7 is exercise. So look at your schedule and see if there are some days where she works mornings.
sometimes.
Okay, sometimes, because it's only 2 days a week, right? So
Sometimes.
sometimes work in the morning.
The mornings. In my free time, I do a lot of things. I um I
Okay,
always exercise at 7 a.m.
okay,
Then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, um, Mondays, Wednesdays. I usually use, yeah.
well,
Use
but she named the days. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I
Okay, and I'm Friday, and
I always have class. See, she named the days so we can say always on those days. She's not saying that in the week she always
Mhm.
has
Uh,
class, but she's saying on those days, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
and I always have lunch at 12:30.
Okay. Raina, do you want to get those last three? I think there's three. Two, the
Okay,
last two.
let's at 2:30. I I never work on Sundays.
Okay.
It's my only day off. I sometimes play soccer in the afternoon with my
Yes,
brother. I love Sundays.
very good. Um, Sometimes if you look at the schedule for Sunday, the only
Mhm.
thing that she wrote in was lunch. And then when she wrote soccer, she put a question mark. What might keep her from doing soccer on Sundays? What happened today?
Today, raining.
Well, we had an ice storm. It was
Mhm,
icy.
mhm.
So do most people on Sunday want to go out in an ice storm to play soccer?
Did
Uh,
Amalia, did you have ice in Hendersonville?
No,
No, just rain,
just raining and cold.
rainy and cold.
First, this morning when I go to work, it's not really cold. For this afternoon, the temperature down.
Yeah. Did
Well,
they
it's a little bit, not too much.
did they have school there today?
Not today. Probably. I don't know tomorrow. It's. I think it's more bad today. It's like because it's wet and some parts is ice.
Mm-hmm.
Con Hendersonville, no.
And Raina, do you live in Springfield, Raina?
Yes,
So you had ice.
yes.
Yes, yes.
It's very cold.
I know. We had that on the trees and the power lines, icicles. Yes.
Yes.
Besides an ice storm, what else might keep someone from playing soccer on Sunday?
Mm,
What
I
about
go,
if somebody in the family had a birthday?
yeah, the birthdays party. Not now for the pandemic, but sometimes a long time no have a parties.
Yeah.
1 year old.
Maybe they couldn't find anybody to be on their soccer team.
Well, there's that, nobody else to play with. It's not as much fun if you kick the ball and you're the one who always has to go get it. If there's somebody else that will get it sometimes, that's a little better. So yes, if there's no one else to practice soccer with you, then it's not nearly as much fun. Okay. Let's look at page 137. Number up at the top, B. Raina, why don't you read the instructions for this exercise?
Okay. Look at Marcos and his family's Sunday activities. Imagine that you are Marcos. Write sentences about your activities. Use the words in the parentheses.
Okay. What is in the parentheses as some suggested words, but you're going to have to supply the verbs, it looks like.
Mhm.
So the first one I think is done for you. I always visit my family on Sundays. So number 2, Amalia,
Yes. We always have lunch at 12:30.
good. Number 3, Raina,
My brother and I play soccer in the park.
okay, but how often do we do it? We need to put in that word. It's given to you there in the parentheses. You were right. My brothers and I play soccer in the park, but how often? We need a word before play. And it's written right there in the parentheses. You just left one of the words out.
Mhm. My brother and and I
Do
play
you see?
sometimes play soccer
Yes,
in the park.
good. You found it. Amalia, take number 4, please.
Um, my father and sister usually play cards.
Good. Did your father like to play cards, Amalia?
Um, yeah, he passed away 7 years ago. For I remember when I was young, a kid, I remember he liked to play cards.
Yes. My dad liked to play cards too. Raina, did your dad like to play cards?
Um, I remember when I live in Mexico. Yes, my dad and my mom.
They both played cards together?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes all the family.
Oh, uh-huh. Number 5, Raina,
Yeah, my mother usually read after lunch.
good. Amalia,
My my mother never clean on Sundays.
okay. She never does the dishes on Sunday,
Mhm.
is what they were trying to get you to see in the picture. That the children and the dad were the ones cleaning up the kitchen. Did you all ever have a special thing like that each week where that the mama didn't have to do something a certain day, whether it was Sunday or on Saturday, or
No.
mama ever not have to clean up the kitchen where it was always the kids that had to do that?
I
I,
don't clean because I work in the Sunday, and my husband and my sons uh, have the cleaning the kitchen.
Uh-huh. So you don't have to come home from work and do that after you get home. That's nice.
Yeah.
At my house, when I was growing up, my mother instituted, after we got tall enough where we could stand at the sink, where we weren't standing on a chair or anything, we were able to stand at the sink and do the dishes, that during the week we did it. She didn't always carry it over into the weekend, but during the week, when we got through with the meal, we got up and it was our job to clean up the kitchen. And usually that also entailed feeding the dog. And we all three worked together, which was quite a trick because somebody was always making a mess out of it. But to try to get everybody to work together on something, she tried to make us all three. I was the oldest and I could reach higher in the cabinet. So I ended up getting the job of putting the dishes back back in the cabinet usually. Although sometimes I did have to wash the dishes, especially if the meal before my brothers had not done a very good job. Mother would say, you wash them this time. They're not doing a good job. We need dishes clean enough to eat off of. So we had something like that, but it wasn't just one day. It was 5 days. It was Monday through Friday. Miss Mary, did you do that with your youngsters when they were growing up, where they had to do the dishes after supper at
Well,
night?
they didn't do dishes, but they had to do their own laundry and keep their rooms straight. We bought them each a laundry basket when they got old enough, and they had to do that. So and some of the laundry came out better than others.
Did you have a load of pink whites somewhere along the line where somebody put something red in?
Well,
Back in those days,
I don't
clothing
think
wasn't as color fast as it is now.
we may not have had that, but some of the stuff didn't come out as clean as you would think it should have. I don't know if they did put enough. They may not have put enough detergent in, but anyway.
Well, sometimes they put too many clothes in. They put them all in together and
That's
fill
true.
it as full as it will go. And a lady that I worked with had 2 daughters. And her oldest one was the one who would fill the tub so full the machine couldn't even agitate, you know. And she said she was her sports, her tomboy. She liked to do the sports and stuff, and was always in a hurry to leave the house. So she would just cram it full. And the younger girl was more a little homemaker. And she would tell her sister, don't put so much in there. That machine can't get those clothes clean.
Yeah, we had that at our house.
Okay, show what you know. Talk about weekend activities. Complete the sentences with true or false information. I usually blank at night. So what would fit in that blank? Something that you would do in the evening. And I'm assuming this is after supper. I usually watch TV at night.
Me too.
Me too.
I watch the news channel.
Me too.
Okay, number 2, I always blank on Sundays.
I always wake up at the early in Sundays.
And always church Sundays.
You do what on Sundays?
I go to the church.
Yes. Sometimes now church is online. And so, and Sunday school too is online. I missed you all. I tried to get you, Miss Mary, on Sunday. I didn't realize y'all were going to be out of pocket on
No,
Sunday.
we were here, Carolyn, but our computer froze up.
Oh.
And we had to have Ricky Kreisel come.
Uh-huh.
Something in our internet messed up. We were able to get on, but then after just a short, I saw you get on, and then our screen froze.
Yeah.
So something burnt up on, some piece of the equipment, which I know nothing about it, died on us, and Ricky had to come and replace it.
Oh, serious.
Yeah, but everybody else was still on that we had let on, because I texted and I said, "Are you still on?" And they said yes. So we were able to get on later, but we had to go upstairs to our bedroom to be able to get the computer to work. So, and I noticed you didn't get back on. I guess maybe you got kicked off when ours froze or something.
Well, after about 10, 15 minutes, I said, well, they must not be going to have class today. Maybe something came up, you know, an emergency or something. And so I just waited for the worship service to come on, and I didn't think anything about it. It was
Well,
fine.
are you on our text chain?
I don't know. I got a card from Miss Teresa, and I did get with her and give her my information, contact information,
Okay.
but
Well,
I
I
don't
sent
know.
a text to say that we were having difficulty and was anybody else still on? And several of them answered, yes, we are still on. So I didn't know if you got that text or not.
Lydia didn't check her phone to see that, and I'll ask her to check her phone, because
Okay.
that's my text girl. She takes care of watching my texts for me.
Okay. Well, it would have been a quick thing, but you could have. I don't know if you could have tried to get back on again when we were on or not. This stuff I'm not real savvy about.
Well, next time I'll have her check the texting to see if
we'll
you've
be there.
contacted me.
If all goes as hopefully, we'll be back on Sunday for sure.
Okay. All right. I never blank. I never what? I never do what?
I never cook on Sundays.
You never what?
Cook.
Oh, I wish I could say that, but I can't afford to go out and eat every Sunday. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I have to cook, and I spoiled my family. I make sometimes roast. I will put it in the slow cooker and cook it real slow, and make roast gravy with cornstarch and have potatoes and carrots and things. And sometimes when Sunday rolls around, they just, Mama, do we have a roast beef in the freezer? Because they really like that for Sunday. My husband especially liked roast beef. And very often, if we went to Cracker Barrel, he would order their roast beef sandwich and mashed potatoes and all that gravy. And is there anything you never do, Amalia?
So I have almost 19 years working for Chick-fil-A. So I never work Sundays.
Oh, you never work Sundays. Well, that's good. That's good. When I was in college, I had to work on Sundays, but when I got out of college, I said, I'm not going to have any more jobs where I have to work on Sundays. But when you're a mama, you get to do some of that work on Sundays anyway. But we don't usually take on any big projects on Sundays, and we usually don't like do any mowing or, you know, anything like that on a Sunday. Let's look on page 138. Let's see what they want us to. Looks like they're going to have us read something. I know a little bit about Amalia's schedule, and I know that she does not have much free time during the day. It wants us to talk about free time and how much free time do we have each day. So, reading. Miss Mary, would you mind reading this little article? It says timeout.
In the middle of the page. In the middle of the page.
In the middle of the page.
Okay.
That's right.
How much free time do Americans have? American men have about 5 hours and 37 minutes of free time a day. American women have about 5 hours. What do Americans do with their free time? There are 3 common activities. They watch TV. Men watch 2 hours and 48 minutes of TV a day. Women watch less TV. They watch 2 hours and 22 minutes. They exercise. Men exercise or play sports for about 23 minutes a day. Women exercise only 12 minutes a day. They spend time with family and friends. Men talk on the phone or spend time with family and friends for about 50 minutes a day. Women talk on the phone or spend time with family and friends for about an hour a day. What's one reason American men have more free time than American women? Men cook and clean for only 30 minutes a day. Women cook and clean for an hour and 43 minutes a day.
I could have told him that. And in fact, I'm really questioning that 30 minutes a day of cooking and cleaning.
True.
Okay, we need to, we have some questions now that are true false about this article that Miss Mary read. Thank you, Miss Mary. Read the article again, circle true or false. Women have more free time than men. Is that true or false?
False.
That's false. That's correct. Men watch more TV than women do.
True.
Women play more sports than men do.
False. False.
That's correct. It's false. Men spend more time with family and friends than women do.
False.
False.
Good. Women cook and clean more than men.
True. True.
I think we could have answered those questions probably without having read that article. What do y'all think?
I think that's probably true. Marty's not here to defend himself.
Yes.
De la clase de
Page
inglés.
139.
Por favor. Háblale a Suleiman.
Okay, this question is about in your home country. Look at the bar graphs. How do Americans spend their free time, and complete the sentences with how you think your home country compares, I think, with the United States. So we learned that in the United States, well, wait a minute. Okay, in the United States, men have about 5 hours and 37 minutes of free time every day. Women have only about 5 hours of free time every day. Okay, now B, do you think that your home country, that this same thing exists in your home country? That men have more free time than women do in your home country, just from what you remember?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, B, hours of TV. So men watch about how many hours of TV every day? It was 2 hours, 48 minutes of TV for men. For women, it was 2 hours and 22 minutes. do most homes have TV in your home country?
Mm, Depends because
When you
sometimes
were growing up, Raina, was there TV at your house?
yeah, depend because sometimes the work is too far in for return on the home is very hard. Sometimes the men um it's tired. Sometimes
Yes.
yeah, sometimes only take a dinner um mm, and then
Shower and get ready for the next day is about all
yeah,
the time that they had.
yes.
Amalia, did you all have TV in your home?
Yes.
And did the men have more TV time than the women?
No, because the men working more hours, and the woman stay more. Or, um, in Mexico, my mom never working, so
I see.
he working at home only, so she have more time for watch TV shows and something. And my dad only Sundays football, soccer. Hmm.
Was that usually over a weekend or something that he watched the soccer?
Yes, especially Sundays.
Yes.
Hmm.
So because he didn't get much TV time during the week, he got his on Sunday and he got a larger block of time at one time. In other words, the TV was pretty much reserved for daddy on Sunday.
Yes, yes, and I think now it's different because when sometimes my husband working and working and when he come home go the couch watch TV, and when I come home I watch clean and make dinner and everything, and maybe I have maybe 30 minutes before the bed for watch the TV.
Yes, you have quite a rigorous schedule, Amalia. Okay, let's look at C. Men exercise for about 23 minutes every day. Women exercise about 12 minutes every day. Raina, from what you said when we were talking about time for TV, that it was difficult for the men to get home from work. So they must have either had to walk or ride a bus a long ways. Anyway, their exercise was pretty much getting home from work. Is that kind of what, am I understanding that correctly? Did they really have time to exercise? Um,
No, my husband um do the exercise as maybe the weekends because
yes.
and the in the week is work he is tired in the only rest in the when he return on the home. In the weekends go with my son at the park. Maybe
Mhm.
uh,
But when you were growing up in Mexico, you were from Mexico, right?
yeah.
Okay. So when you were growing up in Mexico, did your father have time to exercise
It's
when he would
difficult.
get home from work?
Yeah, it's difficult because and sometimes work more hours in
Uh-huh.
more days. Only my father uh, have one day off.
Yes.
It's difficult, but his job is require the um, uh, exercise. Uh,
Yes. They were
he
physically active at
yes,
work. And so
exactly.
it took their energy.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and but then free time is really no do he don't do exercise.
Right. How about you, Amalia, when you were growing up in Mexico?
My family never have a car,
Mm-hmm.
so
So you got lots of walking.
a lot. So for my dad, he need walking sometimes for 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and he take a bus and 2 or 3 different places. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, when go to the school, I need walking 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And later, when I take in my first job, it's almost 30 minutes walking for in the mornings and the afternoon. So it's most the exercise I do in the day.
Right. So, but from the question when we started, they had wanted us to talk and compare how we live here versus how families had to live in the country where you came from. And so that's why I'm bringing that up, is because they did harder physical labor. And it's just like when my dad was a salesman, he was on the road a lot. He
Mhm.
was in an automobile a lot. And the only time that he ever got any exercise really is if he was home for a day or two. He might play basketball with my brothers a little bit in the driveway,
Mhm.
but I never saw my father walk around a block or anything like that. But then when we moved out onto the farm, it was hard physical labor all the time. You know, there was no point in going and doing any exercise because we were clearing land, we were
Mhm.
planting crops. It was just hard physical labor all the time. There was
Mhm.
no there was no need to get any more exercise. If you spend your whole day, you know, um, farming and doing hard physical labor like Raina was talking about, there's no point in going and getting some more exercise. You're
So
already so tired, you just fall in the bed.
I think then in my when in Mexico, I think the difference is how what kind of job you have, because some people
Mhm.
work in the office
Uh-huh.
and work less hours and have more opportunity for pay, maybe the gym, or for have something at
Yes.
home can do. And here is different because here you can pay the membership for the gym or something more easy, and you can
Mhm.
maybe before the pandemic I go to the gym for 1 hour, and I have the same time, I make the time for me. And now in the pandemic, only in summer, I make the time for 1 hour, go to the park for walking.
Yes. Yes. The last section that it talks about is the minutes with family and friends a day. And I think a lot of people use their phones and text and do that kind of contact, especially with the pandemic, instead of or the Zoom thing, like we were talking about church. Some of you may go to the church, but our church has it on Zoom, so we do that, and that way there's less chance of being exposed to the the virus and everything. So, even what our life was like a year ago is different than what it is this year about the amount of time that we spend with family and friends. This week, I took my mother to do some shopping because we knew they had told us we were supposed to have bad weather at the end of the week, because she had run out of some of her craft supplies that she colors and does pretty pictures and stuff like that. Their inks, their ink pens and things. She needed some more supplies to keep her hands and her mind busy and active. Um, and that's different now than it was before the pandemic, where all of us in the house more and at home more than we were before. Um, when I was growing up, we had usually like special, like birthdays or special holidays or something that we got together with my mom's family. But we really didn't have, phones weren't as accessible where we were. And so we didn't just pick up the phone and call anytime because it was very expensive. Ms. Mary, when you were growing up, how often did you and your family get together?
We ate every dinner together. There were 4
Yes.
children. And then every Sunday, we ate lunch with my grandmother who lived next door to us. So, and then my other grandparents lived across the street. And so I had grandparents on both sides. So we had a lot of family time.
I think we only spent, I can only remember about 3 holidays that we spent with my dad's dad, my grandfather on my dad's side of the family. Their relationship was not amicable, and it never got better. So we just didn't have that much time with them. But on my mother's side of the family, we always had big family things, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, sometimes in the summertime around the 4th of July or something, we'd do something. My great grandfather had a camp, and sometimes we'd go out to the camp and have a picnic out there.
That sounds great.
We were real active with my mother's people, but now my dad had some people down in Texas, and we did take 2 or 3 summer vacations and go down and visit some of his family down in Texas. We were in Oregon, and it was very different. We'd never been around anywhere where we could get fireworks and all that kind of thing, because in Oregon it was all outlawed. And so the only thing you could get was sometimes you could get sparklers, and you didn't have these big tents, and certainly not at Christmas. The only holiday that you could do that was 4th of July. So just culturally, the big difference between Oregon and being in the South, there were a lot of things that were very different when I came to the South, and when we went to visit family.
Yeah, everybody has a lot of different customs in America, probably in Mexico too.
Yes. Do you all, when you were kids growing up, did you get fireworks and Roman candles and all that kind of stuff that you did fireworks in Mexico or not?
Yes. And where I live in Mexico, in December 12th, in a New Year, and the Independence Day.
Yeah. I grew up without that. We didn't have the fireworks and all of that. Now I lived in an area where there was a lot of logging, and we had what they called the timber carnival, and they had all kinds of logging events. They'd go up these poles and cut a piece off, and they'd get on a log in the water, and they'd try to knock each other off of the log, and they'd take saws and cut pieces of timber into and compete with each other, and that would go on for 3 or 4 days. All the loggers would come into town and compete in all these events and everything, and they might have a little fireworks show at the end of that, and that's all I'd ever seen, was just a little fireworks at the end of the timber carnival. But anyway, Okay, so we kind of covered that page. And we don't have much time left. So we've talked about work. Now they want us to talk about relaxing. Miss Mary, we've got an article for page 140. And we're going to talk about, it's going to talk to us about relaxing. Do you mind taking that article to read there? Let's see, we may
Okay.
have to answer questions. So
Okay.
ways to relax. Look at some people relax. Which of these activities do you do? Okay, listen to the radio show. You're on the radio, Miss Mary. The host, Miss Mary, talks about relaxing. Look at the pictures and exercise A. Check the 4 activities Sue Miller talks about. So you need to look at those pictures while Miss Mary is talking, because you're going to have to choose which things Miss Mary brings up. She's our radio host.
Hello, this is Sue Miller with Lifestyles. Our program today is about relaxing. So, how often do you relax? Many people say, relax. I never relax. What about you? How often do you take a long, hot bath? How often do you go running? How often do you listen to music? How often do you take a long walk? Sometimes, never. That's not good. We're all busy, but we need to relax, and not just sometimes. You need to relax every day. It helps you study better. It helps you work better, and it helps you be a better parent. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for listening to Lifestyles. This is Sue Miller saying relax and goodbye from Greenville News Radio.
Okay, ladies, look at your boxes. Okay, back on page 140, there are 6 boxes. Which ones do you need to put a check mark in? The first one, take a hot bath. Did Sue Miller talk about taking a hot bath? I used to, but when we moved to this house, it doesn't have a tub. We have showers instead. Doing a puzzle. I didn't realize doing a puzzle was so relaxing. To me, it's frustrating.
Frustrating, yeah.
Go running. Knit. Listen to music. Take a long walk. Occasionally, I go for a walk here in my neighborhood since the pandemic. What I like to do is go to the YMCA and do water aerobics, do water exercises. And I did that up until, I think, one day in November. And I got chilled and I got sick. And I said, I'm going to have to wait till the weather gets warmer, and it hasn't gotten warmer yet. So,
Cierra la puerta, Luis, por
but
favor.
when the weather's warmer, I love to go to the Y, and I love to exercise in the water. Sometimes I walk on the track at the Y. Oh, which of these things did you have to mark because Sue Miller said them? I think we agreed taking a hot bath was one. Amalia, what was another? Running. Arena said running.
Yes.
Listen music.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Listen to music.
Mhm. Take a long walk.
Take a long walk. Okay. Let's complete the sentence. Let's see if we can complete it without rereading the whole article. Choose all of the correct answers. Sue Miller says you need to relax every day because it would help you do what? Study better, work better, be a better friend, be a better parent. Which of those do we need to put check marks in?
Study better.
Hmm.
Study better, yes.
Work
Um,
better.
What did you
Yes.
say?
Work better.
Work better,
and then be better parent.
be a better parent. Recently, Lydia had to read an article for one of her psychology courses, and we learned that taking a nap during the day, especially if you're studying real hard, that it helps you sort the information and put the information in your mind in a place where you can find it again. And so I told her I wasn't going to fuss at her anymore for taking a nap right after she's been studying a lot of material, because that rest gives her a chance. It doesn't have to be a long nap, but it helps your brain sort the information you've just been going over, put it in a place where you can find it again. I worked in special education in the schools, and one of the problems that both very smart students and those students who are slower, one of the problems that is the same for each, they have difficulty putting the information in a place they can find it again when they get it up here. And sometimes some of us will say, well, I know it, it's right there on the tip of my tongue, just give me a minute and I'll think. And our brain is in there trying to find where we stored that information. And that's why it says that it's important to take a short nap sometime during the day, because it helps you access that information better.
Mm-hmm.
So relaxing, taking a short nap is important. Okay, we're going to take a look at one more page and then we're going to quit for the evening. We're on page 141.
Okay.
I'm going to say some sentences. I want you to listen, and then I want you to say the sentences. On the top of page 141, the ES ending on verbs adds an extra syllable after some sounds. For example, after S, Z, SH, and CH. So, I wash the dishes after dinner. He washes the dishes in the morning. So you say the sentences now.
I
Raina, you
wash
want to say them? Okay, Amalia, go ahead.
I wash the dishes after dinner. He washes the dishes in the morning.
Good. Raina, do you want to try those two sentences?
Yes. We relax at night.
Top of page 141.
Ah, 140. Okay. The I wash the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I wash the dishes after dinner. He washes the dishes in the morning.
Good. The word relax. We relax at night. Relax says she relaxes on Sundays. Amalia, you try those two sentences.
We relax at night. She relaxes on Sundays.
Good. Look at the pictures. Repeat the words. The first picture, underneath it says happy. The second picture, relaxed. The third picture, excited. The fourth picture, bored. Do you see that on your children's faces sometimes at your house? The fifth picture, sad. The sixth picture, stressed. Now, you repeat those words.
Okay.
Amalia, can you do those?
Okay. Happy, relaxed, excited, bored, sad, stressed.
Okay. It's just excited.
Excited.
You don't have to put the ed in. You just do the D. Excited,
Excited.
bored,
Bored.
stressed.
Stress.
Good. Raina, you try them.
Happy, relaxed, excited, bored, sad, stressed.
Good. Okay, the conversation in D, we're going to do that conversation, and then you need to answer the question, how does the woman feel? So, Raina, would you be Alan? And Amalia, would you be Brenda?
Okay.
So Raina, start where it says, you look stressed.
Okay. You look stressed.
I know I'm stressed and really need relax.
Well, I play soccer to relax.
That's good idea. How often do you play soccer?
Every weekend.
Okay, so how did the woman feel?
Stressed.
Stressed.
Mhm.
What do you think is stressing her? What kinds of
Mhm.
things stress you?
Um, the the job
The
sometimes.
job? Okay, is it the job, the work you have to do, or is it sometimes the people you have to work with to get the job done?
It's
Yes,
exactly that.
Exactly that.
yes.
Sometimes it's not the job we have to do.
Mhm.
It is sometimes unrealistic expectations from people we have to work with.
Mhm.
Yes. One of the things that used to stress me a whole lot is when bills come due before the
Yes.
money comes in.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Very stressed.
And it's something that stresses me so bad that when my husband and I got married, I told him, I said, he would always put off paying the taxes on our property till the last day. And
Oh,
I just can't deal with that. And I said, no. First of all, our utility bill goes up in January and February. And if you wait till the end of February to pay this tax, that drives me crazy. We don't have extra money in that month. What are
yeah.
you thinking? And so he says, I know you'll see to it that this will be taken care of. You just take care of it. And I said, yes, because I know what the bills are going to be in those months. And it's got to be paid by December or we can't afford to do it. So it really stresses me when things come due And I haven't had a plan, had some money put aside to do it or something. I cannot. Our internet, it says, is becoming unstable and it's almost time to
I
quit.
got that message too. I don't know what that means.
Well, we had a lot of trouble a couple of weeks ago when you were gone and we were trying to do directions
Mhm.
and everybody's stuff was all unstable. It must be ice on the lines or something.
That could be, Carolyn.
And so let's think about relaxing. Try something new to relax. Try a hot bath or try one of these other suggestions. And next time we're going to start our lesson with, what did you try new to relax? You might have to take, you know how other people take a smoke break? You might have to take a stress break and go outside and walk around the block or something to relieve some stress. But that's how we'll start our next lesson. So thank all of you for coming to tonight. Since our connection may be unstable, I think we'll go ahead and quit. And we'll start fresh next week, next time.
Hope everybody stays warm over the weekend. It's going to be cold.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's some more ice storm coming. It's coming down from the Pacific Northwest. Oregon and Washington are having snow and ice as we speak, and it's headed our way.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not sure when it'll get here, but you all have a good week.
You
Go
too.
for a walk, take a hot bath.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Good night.
I'll check with Lydia and see if we ever got a email. Good night, girls.
Good night.